What is going on, guys? It's your boy Broke, coming back with another Labyrinth video. Yes, the transfers have opened, guys, and this Labyrinth Cave is now a simple joke. So I figured I'd make a simple video how to run through it now, you know, with the tech suit and all that jazz. How, you know, you can skip down there everything in this cave, and we'll explain some of the mechanics along the way for those people that are new that don't know this cave. And let's get into it. So first thing you need to do, guys, is to open that sarcophagus door, spell the word Drakkar. Okay, so we're gonna let this play out while I open the door here. Simple pressing the button and it rotates, guys, as you can see, bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top for each of the letters. Now, it used to be that you had to put this code in 3 times on official in order to open the door, but it looks like they fixed that. Now, when you come up here, stick to the left of the light on the ground. See the light there? Stick to the left of the light that's coming down and hitting the ground. Okay, run all the way to, don't stop, run all the way to the door. Now this room you need to crawl, guys. Make sure you're crawling. I put myself into crouch mode and then down into crawl mode just to make sure I'm crawling. Now stay on the lowest points of the floor, guys. You see how there's all this trash and stuff around you trying to push you up higher? If you push yourself up onto one of these little bumps too high, you're gonna get fried. So keep yourself as low as possible. Do not go all the way up this. Just go up enough to where it shows you the marker to there to push the button. Okay, and then turn around, come back down. And then you're going to come across the room like this. Again, staying as low as possible. There's our next switch. Now this switch opens both doors, guys. Now there is a path on each side that will take you to a different artifact, and then they both converge back into the boss room where you get the other two artifacts. Now, once you're through here, you can stand up. And that's that. Now this next part, guys, is super easy in the tech suit. You're going to just hover in the air and fly through this. But if you drop down in that water down there, for those that don't know, it's filled with Caprosuchuses. Not this part here, but just a little further up here. There's going to be Caprosuchuses everywhere down below. Right here is where you will start seeing all the Caprosuchuses. Now we're not going to go down any lower. We're just going to stay up high here. And we're just going to cruise on down. Tech suit for the win. Now also, guys, if you have telekinesis unlocked, that makes getting the drops in this cave extremely easy, guys. Now I'm just trying to see if these Capros are... I'll take a look at them, just see, you know, how many there are there. And we got that drop. Two switches, guys. There are two doors there. Now this room is fairly simple, guys. It's actually really simple. You're just going to stick to the left here, okay? Now, right here, follow this path, stick to the left. Now, when you jump off of here, be very careful because there's a switch right there on the ground that I'm avoiding. You can see it sticking up. It's a little trigger plate. You want to hug the left wall there. Now I'm between the wall and the trigger plate, and we're going to jump down across and be perfectly safe over here. Now my telekinesis was on cooldown for this drop, and I really didn't want to wait for it to cool down. I think I considered it. However, I do just walk up and grab this drop, as it is very simple to grab. You're going to crouch and just slowly move yourself up this thing here and grab the drop when you see the marker. And moving on, two more switches, two more doors. I don't know why they have double doors like this, guys. It's a little weird, but there are two doors doubled up there. Now this room, guys, is a dangerous room. Now there are trigger plates all over the floor in this room. What you're going to do is follow the pathway that I do exactly. Now we are going to wait for the telekinesis again for this drop, because you want to get it first before you do this, as you only have a short time to get through the door on the other end. So make sure you do this first. Okay. Now you're going to follow the stairs and the red stuff on the ground, guys. The only plate you're going to need to watch out for is this one right here next to me on my left. That trigger plate is the only one you're going to need to be careful of if you follow my pathway here. Push up tight against the wall and just sneak up just to where you can press that button. There you go. Push that button. Turn around, stay tight to the wall, move down this way to the next button. Now you need to do the buttons in this room in a counterclockwise form, guys. Follow the red stuff up onto the stairs, along the stairs, guys. Stay on the stairs. Again, you're going to cut across to the red stuff, straight across here, bang, hit that switch. Now you're going to move and you're going to hit that switch again. Again, you're going to go straight back to this wall pretty much right here. You're going to turn and pop yourself up on the stairs again. Now, for some reason, you need to do this 2 times, guys. You have to press these buttons 2 times in this pattern in order to open the door. So we're going to continue on pressing these buttons, and we'll come back once we're back through that door. Okay, the door is open. Now, this is where things get a little tricky, guys, if you don't know this cave or haven't done this cave. And the only thing I can suggest to you is to follow the video very carefully. Now, you're not going to have to do the other half because we're going to jump over the wall here, which is a big skip. But if you don't make it, you're going to need to know how to get through the other half to get back to reset the door. The door is on a timer that we need to switch here, and it is very, very tight timing if you don't jump the wall like we're going to do. So again, guys, my suggestion for this room, now this is the starting room, guys. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open the doors and just follow the pathway before we trigger the timer, just so that we can clear out the enemies that are going to be along the pathway. There's about one room, I believe, that has a bunch of enemies in it that needs to be cleared, and then we can proceed with what we need to do. Now, back to what I was saying, I suggest you would run this in single player, guys, just to learn this part. I mean, it took me a little bit to figure this out. However, my friend did come get to me while I was filming this. I forgot my sacrifice, and a friend had to come rescue me. And he managed to get through it just from watching my other video and jumping the wall. So hopefully you guys can do it too without having to go into single player and run it. It's not that hard of a path to remember to be able to get to the point where you need to jump over the wall. Now this is the room with the enemies, guys. Now we're going to throw this switch, and we're going to throw this switch, and we're going to turn left. Now there's the wall you need to get over right next to us, okay? Now because that's the wall we're trying to get over. Now this is the way you're going to go to get back if you need to reset the timer. Okay, now you don't need to do this unless you don't make it. And this is probably the most complex part of getting over this damn timer into this door. Okay, now we're, I believe, coming into the room where we start from. You know it's that room because it has that pillar right there. And this is how we're going to do it, guys. You want to bring a Focal Chili. Now the Focal Chili speeds your character up 25% speed boost, I believe it is. 20 or 25% from what I understand. So this is what we're going to use to achieve a little more speed on the run, just to get over the wall a little quicker and make it a little faster. Okay, follow this path, guys. Throw these two switches, turn around through here. Now there's two switches on this wall. It's the right switch you need to hit. That right switch is now the timer started. This is where the timer starts, and I believe it's a minute 12 you have in total to get over that wall, but we're cutting the run in half. Okay, through the little zigzags here. Okay, straight up here. You do a bit of a diagonal across that room and across this room, and there's the door you need to go through. Now I hear an Arthur and I'm looking. Okay, there's the door you got to go through. Hit the other door. You're going to turn, I believe, left, and then left again, and there's the wall you need to get over, guys. Right there in front of me. Bang. Okay, get over that wall. Look for the door. It should be to the right there. There, right there, through this hallway. Now we're going to turn around. This is where you need to get to, guys. Now that path is not hard to remember. It's very simple, you know. So hopefully you guys can remember that pathway. You don't need to go through the bullshit of resetting it, because that can get a little annoying. Now, if you don't have the tech suit, you're going to need to watch my other video to break down how to do this. Now, we are ripping through this cave, guys. We are literally just running through the cave. Nothing can stop us. Okay, there's the first artifact. Fly across this room. Don't fall in that pit or that pit. Collect the artifact. Now there are pits right here as well you want to avoid at the bottom of these stairs, so my suggestion is to just jump up and fly across. Big pit on the floor right there, avoid that. Now, this brings you to the room that you will converge in from the other path. Both paths from that one room come to this room. And along the way, you're going to pick up an artifact on each of those pathways. This is what's known as the sacrifice room, because you can either sacrifice a dino or a pet. I mean, a dino or a player.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Now, yes, guys, I forgot my sacrifice. So my buddy L had to come over and sacrifice himself, which he does right here. A little ass shake, and in he goes. Thank you, L. Much appreciated, brother. Now we're going to take the human sacrifice path, guys, which is much, much easier than the other pathway. The other pathway is pretty easy too, but this way is really easy. It's a simple hallway, as you can see, just right over here. And there are drops along this hallway, guys. There are two red drops that you can gain from sacrificing someone. If you just bring someone with you to that point, they can sacrifice themselves. I used to do this all the time back in ASE. When my friends would run the old cave, I would go with them just to sacrifice myself so they could get through it a little easier. Now, I don't think I grabbed these drops because to me they're not that great. To somebody else, they might be worth grabbing. However, we're well stacked and don't need any of this stuff. I have way too much of it. Now, there was something blocking my pathway right here. I couldn't figure out what it was. I don't know if somebody had a dino in there that's invisible or what was going on, but that could probably get you. You could probably run into problems with that if that happened and you weren't able to get past it. Now I'm looking for switches just because my mind was thinking maybe there was a door here. I forgot about it for something, because that's what used to happen when the doors were invisible. So I jump up, jump over it. Everything's crisp. We move on. Now this here is the boss room, guys. Now if you can bring your taxidermy tool with you, you can catch some of these ghost bear and ghost dire wolf taxidermies, which are actually kind of cool. Okay, we're bringing out the pyro. Now, I had left my pyro on neutral So throughout this fight, you're going to see me jumping off the pyro, trying to collect the taxidermy and getting attacked and all sorts of stuff. If you're going to try and get the taxidermies, guys, put your pyro on passive. Now, that's going to stop them from eating the body when you jump off of him to get the taxidermy, okay? Now also you can space them out. You can leave a body like, you know, over there and then you can run away. Now you have to be quick to get all of them because they come in waves, guys, and they spawn in pretty quick. So you kind of have to be ready to jump off as soon as the bodies fall and get the taxidermy immediately. I think this is where I get rushed. Yeah. The pyro starts running around because he's on neutral. I couldn't get on him very quick. He's running around. If he was on passive, I could have just turned around and got back on him. And I believe I only walk away from this fight with one taxidermy in the end. And I know that my pyro is on neutral, so I know that if I'm too close and I jump off, he's gonna run right over there and eat the body. So I'm trying to avoid that happening as well. And see, he's nipping it. The pyro's nipping it, and there he eats it, but I get the taxidermy before he manages to eat it. Or maybe I didn't manage to get it. Maybe that was the one I managed to get. So yeah, passive the pyro, guys. If you want the taxidermies. I think I go when I try and taxidermy it a second time. You never know in this game. Sometimes you get lucky. We're grabbing the artifacts. Alright, now let's make our way out of here. And this is the way out, guys. Just follow this pathway. You're going to go through this little hole, drop down into the water, and follow it the way I do to get out. I will see you at the end. And this is the end of the right pathway, guys. I consider that to be the easiest pathway, honestly. The other one's a little bit more difficult, and we're going to do that right now. Okay, now we are going to take the left-hand pathway in this room where you have to stay crouched or laying, crawling. Watch out right to the side there. There are spikes, so you need to stick to the left side of the opening there. Now, when you jump down this hole, make sure you continue facing forward, okay? If you have flippers, put flippers on. You don't need them if you have the tech suit. You can just boost along. But if you don't have the tech suit, you want to put some flippers and maybe an ox tank on for this. Now I spun around and got myself lost. But if you continue facing forward, you'll be facing in the right direction that you need to go, which is under this wall here. Now, for some reason, a lot of other streamers go around the other way, through the middle of the room, all this other shit that makes no sense to me. You can literally just go down these hallways and pop up through the hole right here. You don't have to face any megalodons or do anything else. Super easy. So, now we're going to go into the next section. Torch comes in handy in this cave, guys. There's a lot of dark parts that are a lot better if they're lit up. Watch out for the spikes on the ground. You can see the little squares right there, little holes. They are spikes, and they're all the way along the middle here. So there's another one right there, right there. You watch out for those. Stick to the sides of the hallway. Now this room, guys, is where things get a little difficult. Okay, now there's a certain sequence that you need to hit these switches. Okay, this is the sequence. This entrance is behind me, exit in front of me. Now, sometimes, guys, there are dinosaurs behind these doors. However, 90% of the time, there's never any dinos behind the doors in this first room. So simply throw these first 3 switches. You don't have to throw all 4, it's just 3 of them. And you do it in this order here. That's it. Doors opening. Now this next part, guys, is kind of tricky. Now for some reason there's pyros everywhere in here from this point on, which should tell you something. Either people are dying or they're just leaving them here. Now behind these doors, guys, there's Carnos, there's Troodons. Troodons are behind that first one right there to the right. I'm going to give you the pattern to open this door right now. There is no time limit on these switches, guys, not to my knowledge. Now, behind this door is a Carno. Now, these dinosaurs will continuously respawn, guys. So even if you kill them off, once those doors shut and reopen again, if you don't make it, if you have to open them again, there's going to be another dinosaur behind it. So my suggestion is to do these doors one at a time. Open it, throw the switch, open it, kill what's in there, throw the switch, get out. And then repeat for the other 4 doors. Okay? Now, I think I struggle in here for a second. Trying to clean everything up. You really don't want to get hit by those Troodons, guys. They will knock you right out. And everything else, the Carno and all that, will kill you if you're in a bad position. Now this room you can get stuck in, guys. Do not let that door shut with you in here. You will be stuck. There's a switch on each side of, both sides of the pillar, front and back. You throw them and then come out and run through this door into here. Now this room will usually have a few raptors in it to start. That big door right there has Rexes behind it. There's also a red drop, however you don't need to open that door to get out of this room, so I don't open that door. This switch here will open the door you need to open. Now when you go through this door, guys, hug the right side. If you hug the right side, you avoid throwing the switch, which spawns all the spiders and everything in this tunnel. Here's another pyro. Okay. Now, that door right there in front of us has a little secret drop behind it. I show you in my other video how to access it. Now this down here, sometimes there's a Spino in this room, guys. So you want to jump in, move over here towards the boat so you don't hit your head on the roof like I am. And then jump up and out. And you're just going to fly up to this piece here. I think I try to get this drop here. Damn controllers. Now I believe I look at the item rating on these BPs just to see if I want to take them or not. Because if you know, the higher item rating on a blueprint means you can use it in that tinkering desk to turn lower BPs into ascendant BPs if you know what you're doing. Okay, and now we're at the hardest part of the whole cave before it transfers opened anyways. And that is the jumping puzzle. Now this is very easy now that we have the tech suit, as you'll see right here. Now I think I thought about running it here for a minute, and then I was just like, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to jump and use the tech suit. And this was what makes this cave a piece of cake now, guys, the tech suit. Now you're still going to need to be careful because you're going to need to land on these ledges still. Not really that hard. Now I need my telekinesis again. I don't know why I unequipped it. Okay, we're moving on to the final switch. Again, being very careful. If you fall in this room, guys, you die. And there's no getting your stuff back. And just like that, guys, we're through the jumping puzzle. And there's the artifact of the Sky Lord, the last artifact. And another pyro. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm sitting here discussing why there's so many pyros in this last half of the cave with the people in my party at the moment. Trying to figure out why there's one right there. And again, we're back in the sacrifice room. And that concludes the video for today, guys, as I've already shown you how to get past this point to the end. So with that being said, I hope this helps some of you guys out. This is easy mode for this cave now. And do me a favor, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with the latest content that I put out. And have yourselves an excellent day.